Okay, so in the last tutorial, we were just about to install SMS 2007 when we encountered some errors during the setup or the prerequisite checks. And some of the checks that failed were the schema extensions, which needs to be upgraded on your domain controller. So in order to do that, we need to log on to our domain controller with an account that has rights, and we run the tool called extadsch, which is found on your SMS CD. Once you run this tool, you just get a normal flash, and there's nothing to indicate that it has run successfully. What you need to do is check on the C drive of the computer that you're on, of the domain controller that you're logged on to, and check the log file to determine that the SMS attributes have been successfully installed. So that is the first check that we've successfully completed. So now if we run the check again, we should get that prerequisite error message gone. So now we continue with the second, which is a software update to install. So we're going to come back to these in a minute, but for now let us install the bits component. You'll find that in add remove programs, Windows components. So we need to have bits enabled and installed, and we need to have WebDAV enabled. So to enable bits, go to Application Server, IIS, and install that bits. So now that we've installed, we run and check again. Now we've reduced our prerequisites, and we need to install the service pack for SQL, which is important, and also enable WebDAV. So the next prerequisite is to enable WebDAV, and to do that we go to IIS and go to Web Service Extensions, highlight WebDAV and click on Allow. So click Allow, and we need to just go back in to verify that it is enabled. There we go, allowed, and then finally we run back the check to ensure that WebDAV has been enabled. So the last error we have is the SQL Server version, which has to be installed. There are a couple updates, 1, 2, and there's also the matter of installing WSUS. Okay, so the next prerequisite that we are going to try to fulfill is the software updates. So we're going to go to, we've already downloaded these updates, I'm going to install them now. Okay, so that took a couple minutes, and then we follow on with the second updates. Now all these updates you're gonna find they're available in the Microsoft website, and you can download them accordingly by the links provided in the checklist. So we're currently at this stage here. So now if we run the check again, we now need to install a hotfix. And restart the computer. So we've run back the, after rebooting, we've run back the prerequisite check, and now we just have a couple remaining. So next we're going to install the Windows Remote Management. Run back our checks. So now just a couple remaining there. We're going to install the Service Pack 2 for SQL. So installing all components, upgraded. So we need to end a few of these processes to avoid computer restart. But we're just gonna go next and install. So I'm going to pause the video and return when this has finished. Okay, so now SQL Service Pack 2 has been installed. There's a prompt for reboot. You go next, and finish. So if we run a check, we just have our last hotfix here to install, MMC hotfix. Okay, so we don't need to install this particular hotfix. So finally, after reboot, we need to install the final component, which is WSUS. For Windows updates, we're going to install the full server administration plus the administration utility. Store updates locally. We're going to use the existing database. Gonna go next, use the existing default website, and accepting the defaults.